Hello everyone. Today we're going to have the sum of the measures of the interior angles of an n-gon or of a polygon. So before we jump into determining the measures of the interior angles of an n-gon, we remember these names that we have here. So if there are 3 sides, we call it as triangle, 4 sides quadrilateral, 5 sides pentagon, 6 sides hexagon, 7 sides heptagon, 8 sides octagon, 9 sides nonagon, and 10 sides is decagon. Anything bigger than 10, we just call it as 11gon, 12gon, 50gon, 100gon, or whatever that number of sides is. So in order to find the measures of the interior, so when we say interior, we're talking about the angles that are inside the polygon. This is the formula right here. The sum of the interior angle of any n-gon is equal to 180 multiplied by n minus 2, where the n here refers to the number of sides. So that's the reason why at the beginning we had to define how many sides are there in these names, because we're going to be using these names in under discussion with Polygon. Okay, so we have here some examples. So let's take the first example right here. So we have a polygon right here, and we are supposed to determine the sum of the interior angle. So we at the beginning we defined, or we came up with a formula for the sum of the interior angle. I'm gonna put that up here so we can go back to it. So we're gonna use this equation that we have here. Sum of the interior angle of any polygon is equal to 180 times n minus 2. So I'm just gonna write an acronym of SIA, sum of the interior angle of a polygon. So I'm just going to use SIA, sum of the interior angle of a polygon is equal to 180. And then here we're going to count the number of sides. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because n refers to the number of sides. We have 8 minus 2. So then we go ahead and say this is 180 times 8 minus 2 is 6. And if we do the math on this, the sum of the measures would be 1080. So that means that each of these corners that we have here, if we add all of these angles that I put like a red dot on them. So if we're able to add all of these angles here, the total would be 1080 degrees. So this is the total. We call this as the sum of the interior. That means sum means we add all of them, and that would come out 1080. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we have a 17gon. Again, I've mentioned at the beginning, anything that has more than 10 sides, we call them as whatever this number of side is, gon. So here there are 17 sides, so we call this as 17gon. So pretty much the same thing as this. So we have the sum of the interior angle of a polygon is this formula right here. That would be 180 times n, or n here is 17, so 17 minus 2, which is 15, so 180 times 15 is 2700 degrees. So the sum of the measures of all the angles inside a 17gon is 2700 degrees. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. Now let's move on to the next set of examples that we have here. Now this time around, we do it backwards. What we have here are the sum. So we have the total of the interior angle. We're supposed to determine the number of sides. We're doing it backwards. Again, we are going to use the same equation that we got at the beginning. So that is sum of the interior angle. So sum of the interior angle is equal to 180 degrees times n minus 2. So if we go over this problem here, how many sides? So that means we're looking for the n, the number of sides, which is represented as letter n. If the sum of the interior angle is 2,340, so that means we plug in the 2,340 as the sum of the interior angle, so that would go here. So 2,340 equals 180 times n minus 2. So we want the n because the n represents the number of sides. So we divide both sides by 180. So I'm going to divide this by 180. So then I cross out the 180. So I'm left with n minus 2. And then 2,340 divided by 180 is 13. So that's 13. And so we go ahead and add 2 to both sides. So add 2 to both sides. So we are left with n is equal to 15. So there are 15 sides of this polygon, and the name of this is 15gon. Okay. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we pretty much do the same thing as this. So that is the sum of the interior angle is equal to 180 times n minus 2. So I just wrote this equation over here. And since we say that the sum of the interior angle is 1,620, so we plug that in here. So 1,620 equals 180. And then we have n minus 2. We're solving for the n. So then we divide both sides by 180. I divide this by 180. So I cross that out. So I'm left with n minus 2. 1,620 divided by 180 is 9. So then we add 2 from both sides. So plus 2 and plus 2. So then this is equal to n is 11. So this is called 11gon. So the name of this polygon is 11gon. Did you get the same answers as this? Good. Perfect. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!